Welcome to the Kevin Dunn Show, and as always, we are so excited that you're taking the time out to join us. Got a special show on tap for you today, especially heading into the new year. We have a young man that we're going to introduce to you who has a product that can show you how to mix certain foods that you can eat and that it will allow you to burn fat cells. When we come back from the commercial break, we're going to be introducing to you our special guest, Tony Quinn. Life's dirty, play clean. SOS Cleaners, locally owned and operated in LaGrange with over 54 years of experience, is a full-service dry cleaners, and all cleaning is done on premises using environmentally friendly cleaning processes and practices. SOS Cleaners specializes in shirt laundry, alterations, furs and leather, formals, odor removal, wedding gown preservation, and fire restoration. We have a fully functional drive-through, and same-day service is available upon request. Also, give them a call to find out their weekly specials. Life's dirty, play clean.
If you've got a big lawn, you need a big-time mower. You need an X-Mark. With an X-Mark, you'll get a better cut faster and a mower that may be the last one you'll ever need to buy. So if you want your lawn to look like a pro maintained it, use what the pros use. X-Mark. Purchase 2-to-1 over the next best-selling brand by landscape professionals. For more information, visit your local X-Mark dealer or xmark.com.
Welcome back to the Kevin Dunn Show. Our special guest today is Tony Quinn. How are you doing, Tony?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Tony, you have a product called, and I asked you a few minutes ago how to say it. You pronounce it.
Shibboleth.
Shibboleth. See, I was getting ready to say Shibboleth.
Yeah.
Shibboleth.
Shibboleth.
Tell us, what does that terminology mean? What is Shibboleth?
Shibboleth is actually, it's a secret. If you Google it and you do some research, you'll find out different definitions. And I've had men from the Masons and all different kind of entities will come up and say, I know what that means. I know what that. But actually, it comes from the book of Judges. There's a story in there about the Ephraimites and the Gileadites, and but anyway, it's sort of a name that that our founder Travis Martin, he and Sasha Martin, his wife, came up with, and we went with it, and it's we have a lot of fun with it.
Okay, so you have a product that's pretty much biblical based.
Yeah, it is. It's spiritually based. It's a faith-based program. You know, and we like to, you know, use the, as far as, you know, people have different religions and things like that, and we don't want to, you know, we don't want to make people feel that this can't be something for them, but it is a really good program. And, and it is a faith-based program. Okay.
Now, why is it called a secret?
It's called a secret because it is a secret, and it makes it really interesting. Yeah.
A secret that makes it really interesting. Yeah. And that's the owner's concept to label that with the
well, we want people to realize that there is a there's a teaching component to this program. We're not a program where you learn a list of grocery store items, and we give you a list of meal plans, and we memorize 2 or 3 things that we want for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then so that after 100 days we lose 50 to 90 pounds, because you know what? That's a diet. The first 3 letters of the word diet spell
die,
and that's what happens. They don't work. So what we're teaching you is we are teaching people that you can go to the grocery store, you can go and choose from 50 different fast food and family style restaurants. We've got a whole listing of those. We actually take people physically. We actually meet at the grocery store. We work with Publix, we work with Ingles, we work with Walmart, and we work with Kroger so far. Those are the 4 that we work with. And people show up, we meet there, I explain how the program works, and we have a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Now, what's the difference between a diet and a lifestyle? If you could.
I know a lifestyle is so cliche.
Right.
Everybody says, "Oh yeah, I hear that now," because that's the new the diet industry itself is nothing like I ever imagined. This is not a job for me. It's what I feel like, that I know that I am here to give back, because the program actually did save my life. And we want we want people to realize that there is that learning component, and we're trying to teach that, and that the lifestyle is doable. A lifestyle is doable. A diet is temporary. It's a quick fix, and it never works. It never has.
It's key you mentioned that, because I never thought about the first 3 letters of the word, diet.
Right.
Wow. Now, Tony, you lost 73 pounds in 90 days?
I lost 73 pounds in 90 days, lost another 7 or 8 more after that. My 7 or 8 fluctuates on a monthly basis, but my 73 pounds in 90 days, I haven't gained that back in 16 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I've seen another lady that you work with in the community, Tricia.
Yes, she's here. She's in LaGrange. She's the reason that I am in LaGrange and working. She found out she got learned about the program. She went online to our freeweightlossministry.com. Okay, that's where you can go online and you can try the program. We've got some foods on there, lists to help you out and things like that. And we can help you get started and see if it's a good fit for it. But yes, Tricia, she's the one helping me here in LaGrange and to get this whole program going here.
And I saw her firsthand, some pictures she was actually placing on Facebook, and you would see her here, then you would see her there, and then you could actually see this weight just falling off of her.
Yeah.
And she looked real good.
You can see it in her eyes.
See it in her eyes.
You can feel it in her heart.
Feel it in her heart.
She's passionate about it because she understands. This program is like nothing you have ever seen or heard in your entire life. What we learned when we were in elementary school was that the 5 basic food groups. Okay, the 5 basic food groups. I'm sorry, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. We've got 7 categories that we put the food in.
Right.
Okay. We've got proteins and fats, and we've got lean proteins. And your lean proteins, you've got chicken, and you've got fish, and you've got turkey. And when I say fish, grouper, halibut, sea bass, tilapia, salmon, trout, catfish, all fish,
good, man.
all fish. Okay. We've got turkey, and we've got chicken. We've got the approved milk and cheeses, yogurts. But there's about 50 items that go in there in the lean proteins. Well, we've got proteins and fats. Why? Because guess what? Meats and proteins don't all go together like we were taught. We separate it out. Okay, under our proteins and fats, we've got ribeye, New York strip, porterhouse T-bone, flank steak, top sirloin, baby back ribs, pork chops. If it moves or oinks, it's a protein fat. That's not the same thing. If it has wings or swims, lean protein. Moves or oinks, that's how we teach it. That's how we teach it.
That's awesome, man. Now, how did you become involved with this opportunity?
Well, at the time that I found this program, I didn't realize that God was working in my life.
Right.
When I found this program, I had already decided that God had forgotten about me. I lost my job in 2012. Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace University. I had my emergency fund. So I was ready for it, because guess what? That's okay. I lost my job. I've been working since I was 15 years old. My dad had me working when I was 15.
Right.
First job. So I've always had a job. I've never not had a job. I wasn't worried about not getting a job. So I just sort of got my name out there and let everybody know that I was available again. Well, nothing turned up. Nothing turned up another month, another month, another month. And soon after that, well, guess what? There I am, home, out of there. Okay, after that, friends, nowhere to be found. I had a few. You realize a lot, when you're down and out. But they've got other lives too. It's not that, so I've had all these friends and they're not, they've got other lives too. They've got things going on also. But then also, you got a lot of pride. Nobody wants to ask for anything.
Right.
So I let my pride get in the way there a few times. But I have 3 or 4 that I will always be in debt to forever, and they know who they are. I gained 90 pounds in 10 months overnight. I had no idea. But the reason I gained 90 pounds because I went through that emergency fund, and then I had to cash in that 401k. The things that I know not to do, but I didn't have a choice. Had to move home with mom and dad. First time home back in Dalton, Georgia. First time home in 25 years. I'd lived in Nashville for 5 years, Richmond, Virginia, Charlottesville, Virginia, the Roanoke area, Knoxville for a little while, and then back in Atlanta for a while, and so I went down, and so now it was back home with mom and dad. And then all of a sudden, this weight came on, but I did not understand what was going on until I stood up and decided I was going to take a shower because it had been 3 days since I had one.
My.
3 days. When you're not taking a shower for 3 days, something is wrong. You've got to reach out. You've got to get help.
Right.
And I'll never forget the image. I walk into the bathroom completely naked, and I go in front of the mirror and I look, and I thought, what have you done to yourself, Tony Quinn? I'm sitting there and I look, and I went and found some scales and stood on it, and I was just a few pounds shy from 300. And it's not, people are like, okay, back up for a second. There are 300, 400, 500 pound people, 600 pound people that I work with. 300, it could be a lot worse. What's so scary for me was the fact that I gained 90 pounds in 10 months. Who does that? Something's wrong. So, here I am, I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden I'm thinking about, well, you know what? If I end my life this way, then this happens. If I do it this way, this happens. Oh, no, I can't do it this way, because if I do it this way, mom and dad will find me first. And that's like, well, let me tell you, Kevin, when I was young growing up in Dalton, went to Mount Rachel Baptist Church, my family, grandmother, everybody. It was Sunday night, Wednesday, RAs for me, GAs for my sister, revivals, retreats. My mom and dad sang in the choir, taught Sunday school. It wasn't like, I wasn't familiar with that. And at 12 years old, I was saved. But still, you think these things. You don't ever think that you're going to think these things until you are put in a position where you have no answers.
Right.
And there I am, curled up in the fetal position, crying like a baby, in the shower floor, naked, having a breakdown. And then all of a sudden, I remembered, my mom's always had the TV on. On Saturdays, to get us up, she'd run some vacuum cleaners and stuff and bump into some walls, you know what I mean? And then on Sundays, that TV would go on before we were getting ready for church, and we would always, she always listened to Charles Stanley. But I remember a prayer that he had one time about, you speaking to God.
Okay.
I was afraid to. I wasn't afraid to pray, but most of your life, some people think that it has to be really, really formal.
Right. Tony, hold that thought just for a second.
Yes.
We're going to pick up right where we left off. We're going to have to pause and take a quick commercial break. When we come back from the commercial break, more of Tony Quinn.
Looking for a great deal on a full-size truck? Save big now on Chevy and GMC trucks at Glenn Smith and Opelika. Brand new Chevy Silverado crew cabs with year-end discounts up to $9,500. Brand new GMC Sierra 1500 crew cabs with 0% financing for 5 years, plus $3,000 bonus cash and discounts.
Your Chevy GMC truck headquarters is Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Online 24/7 at GlennSmithChevy.com.
Now bigger and better, America's Mattress in LaGrange has moved on up to a new location with new store hours located at 1300 Lafayette Parkway with greater selections, greater inventory, greater prices featuring the Serta Perfect Sleeper, iComfort, the iSeries, and much, much more. The America's Mattress line also offers a variety of comfort features in select models that give you the comfort and support you need, all at an affordable price. Come visit our new large showroom located at 1300 Lafayette Parkway. Welcome back to the Kevin Dunn Show. Our special guest today is Tony Quinn, and he was just giving us a powerful testimony before we went to the commercial break on how he got involved with this opportunity. And you were talking about learning how to pray.
Yeah, I was, it was very, I thought you had to be, formal and things like that. And I just was remembering a sermon that Charles Stanley about, how you can talk to God just like an infant. And so let me tell you what I did. I said, God, because see, it wasn't 5 minutes before that. See, it was God's fault I lost my job. It was God's fault I gained that weight. It was God's fault that I had to move home. It was God's fault I went and lost my emergency fund. It was God's fault I lost my 401k. It was God's fault I didn't have any money to put in my gas tank. And I was making up all these excuses, but then again, I said, God, I need some answers, but this time it needs to be different. I need you to speak to me like the child that I am right now, like the infant, because my mind and my brain is so physically shot that I feel like I need to be spoken to like a child, so that I don't run off and do some other harebrained idea like I've done my whole entire life. But I need some answers, God, because I don't know what to do, and I am physically not in a position to be interview or go to work for someone healthy. It wasn't a week before that happened where I went on an interview, another interview, another one, 2 or 3 a week, and I could not fit in anything that I had on. And the only place that I knew to go to that was inexpensive, that I could find something and had something decent, was JCPenney. And I went into JCPenney, and I guess technically you can say I stole a jacket. I returned it. But I actually got the jacket, because I didn't have any money.
Right.
Had a charge card with barely enough on there. But I turned the tags inside out and wore it to the interview. And after the interview, went back by there to JCPenney and returned it and just said it didn't fit right or whatever. But I borrowed it. I rented it for free.
Right.
I feel bad about that, but but it's like, those are things that you realize about yourself. I'm broken. Something's not working. But my sister lost 100 pounds on this program, and she kept it off. And if it weren't for my sister, I would have never even met Travis Martin. But I reached out and found the program, and then after the first couple of weeks, actually I went a month of trying to do an old program that he had, and I couldn't remember. I couldn't get it right, because you know why?
Right.
It wasn't a secret. That program was not a secret. It was memorizing a grocery list and memorizing meal things and eating this, and this, and losing weight. Why I ate that, and that, and it just wasn't working.
Right.
So I reached out again to him, and decided this was it. The program works. Every single bit of the food that you need to lose weight, that you need to get every bit of fat off of your body and to build lean muscle, comes from Walmart, comes from Publix, comes from Kroger. Let me show you how to do it. Get involved with Tricia here in LaGrange, and let us show you what Shibboleth is all about. Go on to the website, freeweightlossministry.com, and go there and register and do the little 7-day, 1-week thing. If you don't feel like that it's for you, then no harm, no foul, right?
Right.
I mean, but the program is amazing, because everything you need does come from there. And then there's like 50 restaurants, family style and fast food, and we show you what to get there. But there's probably 3,000 or 4,000 items at the grocery store, and there's probably 1,500 different items you can have. And then also, we get holidays too.
Oh yeah.
We get holidays. We have holidays. Holidays are days where you can eat or drink whatever you want to. Doesn't matter. And you get plenty of them.
Right. Explain to us about the grocery store visits. When you take a group of people into the store,
Right.
And you basically show them what to purchase and
Yeah.
how to put all of these items together,
Right.
and it's influential
Right.
and allowing them to burn fat.
Right. First of all, everybody wants to get a buggy. So if you come to the grocery store, no buggy. We're not shopping, we're learning. But what we do is we go through each section of the grocery store, and each section is a category. Just like there's 7 days in a week, we have 7 categories. Those 7 different categories, we are able to combine them 12 different ways. So in other words, when we go into the vegetable section, I like to say, okay, here are your fibrous carb vegetables. All salad greens and lettuce, squash, cucumber, bell pepper, celery, asparagus, broccoli, cabbage, eggplant, mushrooms, turnip greens, collard greens, mustard greens, and about 60 other ones. Over here, we've got our other vegetables, okay? But they're different because we've got to separate them. Over here, you got your fibrous carbs that I just talked about. Over here, we've got our energy carbs, corn, white potato, sweet potato, oatmeal, grits, black-eyed peas, green peas, butter beans, filled peas, navy beans, great northern beans, long grain brown rice, the approved pasta. It goes on and on and on. But we do that, and so when we go through the grocery store, I just like to give them, helpful hints of information. But the grocery store is important because I will spend some time there. When we go through the fibrous carbs, if you want these uncommon results, I've got 2 people I'm working with that's lost over 260 pounds. Both of them did it in less than 16 months.
Just eating in the right...
Following the rules. Following the rules and learn what the secret's all about.
Now, saying that, what are 3 commitments? How committed do you have to be if you're on this program? What are 3 elements that one must have that will allow this program to work for them?
You have to have a wanting and willing heart, and you have to realize that there is a learning curve to this. It's not very difficult, I just taught you 2 already. If it moves or oinks, protein fat. If it has wings or swims, it's a lean protein. Okay, so there's little tricks like that we teach. But it does take some commitment. Now, do you have a willing or wanting heart? Well, that's something you got to ask yourself. But I'll tell you, there's one way you can figure it out. If you go and you look in the mirror and it brings a tear to your eye to see yourself completely naked and what you look like, that, or if you're looking at your medicine cabinet and you see all the medications that you are taking because of your overweight, or if you are spending 3, 5 days, 6 days a week for an hour, hour and a half a day away from your family because you can't ever seem to get that last 5 pounds off. You can do this program. You can do this program. But a willing and wanting heart. I mean, if you're ready to do it, that's what we're ready for. If you want a list of grocery store items, if you want a list of meal plans, and you want something like that, you're wanting a diet.
Okay.
And you're just don't want to waste the money. The tool that we provide, it's going to cost, and we don't want you to waste your money. That's why the grocery store tour is free. freeweightlossministry.com. You can go there. We want to separate the people, the dieters, from the people who are saying, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's who we're trying to separate those two. In the door, whenever we have classes and things like that, I see them come in, and you don't know who's thinking what, but a lot of them there wanting the next magic pill because we're going to find out what the secret's all about. We don't have a brand of products that we are selling, and when we go to the grocery store, like right now, there's a Kroger, there's a Walmart, and a few places like that have a Shibboleth display.
Oh, okay.
But on the display in the stores, they're not our products. They're theirs. We just moved them off their shelf and put them here to make people doing the program easier, to grab some things quickly and to get the name out there. We look like we're a big company. We're small. We're broke. but the program works because, see, we have something that nobody else has. Okay? We have cracked the code to childhood obesity.
Wow.
We've cracked the code. If we were taught these categories and these combinations when we were younger, I wouldn't even be sitting on this couch right now. We wouldn't even be talking about obesity. We wouldn't have, mandated, what we can have and can't have, and what we must take out of schools and things like that. This program works. And by the way, the Shibboleth Kids program is free. It's free.
It's free.
It's free for a parent doing the program who can, because they're going to have to teach the kids.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
when I was growing up, you know, if we decided we'd have a steak, now depending on what kind of week mom and dad had, a steak could mean a hamburger steak, or a steak could mean a T-bone steak. But if we were going to have a steak on Friday night, then that means we're going to watch the Dukes of Hazzard and Dallas. If we're going to have it on Saturday night, it was the Love Boat of Fantasy Island.
Remember that.
Right? Okay. So on our plate, when they brought our plate in, we had a steak, we had a baked potato, and we had a salad.
Right.
Or some greens or something. Okay, well, a baked potato, that's one of those vegetables that we split up from the salad. The steak, that's one of those meats that we split up from the turkey. See, when we grew up, all meats and proteins were in one of the 5 basic food groups.
Right.
I'm sorry. But a pork chop and pork ribs and steak is not tilapia, and it's not trout, and it's not chicken or fish. They're different. There's a factor there. So on the plate that I had, we had a baked potato or sweet potato, and then we had the steak or hamburger steak, and then maybe a little salad or something like that. Okay, well, we can't do that anymore. You know, if we're going to have a potato on there, then we've got to have a protein on there that's lean, not fat. And we can do pork tenderloin, but it's not pork chops. Okay, but now, or turkey or chicken or fish. Okay, but we're gonna teach those things. We're teaching you how, because see, on this plate here that we're teaching, we're gonna serve you exercise on a plate.
All right.
Right. You got 2 choices. You can either go out and you can walk 5 miles, or run 5 miles, or go to the gym an hour after you eat your steak, baked potato, and a salad, or you can walk a mile a day and we'll remove that steak and replace it with something lean. Or the other way. There's 12 different combinations.
All right, Tony, man, it's been great having you on the show.
Thank you.
We're
I've
out
had
of
a good
time, but I would like for you to share the information if people wanted to know more about your program, as far as website, phone number, and whatnot.
Right.
Share that information with us.
If you go to myshibboleth.com, www.myshibboleth, myshibboleth.com. You can go there to the website. You can also go to freeweightlossministry.com, FREEWEIGHTLOSS, ministry, MINISTRY.com. I think that's right, freeweightlossministry.com. You can go there. But register, get involved. You can call our Kennesaw office. You can call the Dalton office. You can call me if you want. My number is 706-280-7579, 706-280-7579. Text me. Also, I am on Instagram and Twitter at Tony, I think it's TonyQuinntq.
Okay.
At Tony Quinn. Yeah, but anyway, there. And then also Facebook, any of those places. But yeah, the website, myshibboleth.com and freeweightlossministry.com.
All right. Well, man, thank you so much for being a guest on the show.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. And remember, there's a topic you'd like to see discussed on The Kevin Dunn Show. Please email us at thekevindunshow@wjcntv.com. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.
Thank you.